Say present when your name is called. Anduhar.
Present.
Abuhon. Present. Avila.
Present.
Bersedi.
Present.
Kaitor.
Present.
Kanyete.
Present.
Koino.
Present.
Ikia.
Present.
Scalzo.
Present.
Gaas. Present. Liray. Present. Hermoso.
Present.
Poliesa.
Present.
Lobo.
Present.
Magkagad. Present. Minion.
Present.
Horas.
Present.
Rivas Nika.
Present.
Rivas R. Lunamel.
Present.
Sanchez.
Present.
Sarte.
Present.
Sugano. Present. Kibut.
Present.
Benifrancia.
Present.
Orhel. Vigonte.
Present.
Ponce.
Present.
Read everyone the importance of standard-based education.
Well-written standards include not only what students will be able to do and what they will know, but also the expected time in their education. They should have mastered the skill or concept. Students can set their own goals and track their own progress.
The well-written standards is not only it's not just about the expectation about the students that students will be able to do and what they will know, but it also effective time that in their education that they can master the skills or the concept and by that the students can set their own goals and can track their own progress. The benefits of standard-based education: improved feedback, student ownership of learning, more relevant instruction, emotional safety and lessened fear of testing, accurate measurement of learning. Learning provides intrinsic motivation. Please read everyone.
Outcomes are clear learning results that we want students to demonstrate at the end of significant learning experiences. They are not values, beliefs, attitudes, or psychological states of mind. Instead, outcomes are what learners can actually do with what they know and have learned. They are the tangible application of what has been learned. This means that outcomes are actions and performances that embody and reflect learners' competence in using content, information, ideas, and tools successfully. Having learners do important things with what they know is a major step beyond knowing itself.
Outcome-based education focuses on what students can do after their learning and do not just what they want to know, and it sets clear and measurable goals for skills and abilities, and then designs the entire learning process from curriculum to assessment to ensure that students achieve their goals. Please rate everyone the 6 major advantages of outcome-based education.
Clear goals and one of the major advantages of outcome-based education is that it sets clear, measurable goals for each student. It's like having markers along the way, guiding you towards specific skills and knowledge. This clarity removes any confusion and helps you use your efforts effectively.
And clear goals and path is one of the major advantage of outcome-based education that sits here, or that sits specific that sets specific goals uh, goals goals for each student. Uh, for each students outlining what they want to what they want to what they want to know and be able to do at the end, and they and they can also use their learnings into a real life scenario to illustrate everyone.
Customized learning experience. OB acknowledges the uniqueness of students, their strengths, weaknesses, and learning preferences. By personalized learning experiences to suit your individual needs, OB ensures that everyone has the opportunity to succeed.
Um, Customized learning experience that OB acknowledge that all students have their unique strengths and weaknesses, and weaknesses and learning preferences. It emphasizes tailoring learning experience to individual needs, and by providing personal support and experiences, OB ensures that every student has the opportunity to reach their full potential, and they have the autonomy to learn in their own space. Practical application. District level.
Practical application. Have you ever wondered if what you're learning is relevant in your life? OBE answers that question by focusing on what matters the most: practical, real-world skills or simulation training. Whether it's developing, problem-solving, or effective communication, the goal is to ensure all the students have the right tools needed to succeed beyond school.
Uh, the practical application ensures that what students learn is to directly applicable to their future lives and career. Assessment for growth. Please read everyone.
Assessment for growth. Goodbye to those age-old exams that only test memorization. Outcome-based education shifts the focus from just evaluating your learning to helping you grow. This means assessments are designed not only to check what you have memorized, but also to pinpoint areas where you can improve and grow continuously.
Assessment for growth, it means that that's OB, or OB moves away from traditional exams that only test and memorization. Uh, it it emphasizes assessment that the students' ability to apply their knowledge and skills in a real world context. Okay. And this assessment also are designed hindi lang para suriin kung ano yung na-memorize mo, kundi para malaman kung saan ka pa pwede na mag-improve and grow continuously. Students' empowerment in outcome-based education. Students play an active role in shaping their learning journey. They are not just a passive recipient of knowledge, instead they are motivated to take charge of their academic future. This independence helps you develop responsibility and collaborative learning that are valuable outside the classroom. The students, they are the one who they are the one who are responsible or to take charge for their academic future, and they not just a recipient of knowledge. Kumbaga, hindi lang sila dapat yung tinuturuan. Hindi lang dapat sila tinuturuan ng guro, kundi magsikap din sila para sa kanilang magsikap din sila para for their own learning and continuous improvement education is an ongoing process, and OB embraces this idea to the fullest. It's not just about reaching a goal and stopping, but about constantly striving for improvement for both student and teacher. By regularly assessing outcomes and using flexible strategies, outcome-based education ensures that the learning journey keeps evolving and getting better. Continuous improvement in education, it is an ongoing process that the OB embrace this idea to the fullest. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa pagkamit mo na yung mga goal or objective mo sa buhay or objective sa buhay, kundi ito din ay this also about constantly striving for improvement sa improvement sa guro at saka sa mga estudyante. By regularly assessing outcomes and using flexible strategies, outcome-based education ensures that the learning journey keeps evolving and getting better. These are the benefits of OB. Graduate will be more relevant for industry and other stakeholders. Continuously, quality improvement is in place. OB shifts from measuring input and process to improve measuring the output. One of the benefits of OB is yung mga graduates na parang magiging lang well-rounded kung saan mag-excel sila in various fields. At saka yung mga nalalaman din nila doon sa kanilang pag-aaral or their learning, they can use their learning in a real life. They can use their learning to excel in that field, in that certain field. Difference between is BE, standard-based education, outcome-based education, and traditional education. This standard-based education focus on clear learning objectives or standards that students are expected to achieve. Teaching approach more flexibility in teaching methods, and assessment is aligned with the standards, and students are evaluated based on their ability to meet these specific learning goals. And goal is to ensure that students attain specific skills and knowledge outlined in the standards. In the outcome-based education, concentrates on the skills, competences, and practical application of knowledge. Encourage a learner-centered approach where students actively participate in their education and apply knowledge to real-world situations. Assessment is based on the demonstration of competences and the achievement of specific outcomes or learning results. Primary goal is to prepare students for real-life challenges by developing practical skills, critical thinking, and problem-solving abilities. The traditional education focus on strong emphasis on content and curriculum. It often follows a teacher-centered approach where the teacher imparts knowledge and students are expected to absorb and memorize information. Assessment typically involves exams and standardized tests that evaluate a student's knowledge of subject matter. The primary goal is to transmit knowledge and cover a predetermined curriculum. That's the differences. The UBI is about the learner-centered approach. Then, the traditional education is the teacher-centered approach kung saan yung mga guro is sila yung where they impart na their knowledge to the towards their students, and they will expect that students will absorb all that information to memorize that information. In OB is students actively participate in education, and they were expected that they will apply all their knowledge to real world situation and prepare them as well to the challenge, to prepare them as well to the real life challenges by developing their practical skills, the critical thinking, problem solving abilities. And its BE is focuses only on clear learning objectives or standards that students are expected to achieve within that level or that within or grade level. The example of schools that offers a standard-based education is the VSU, or the Visayas State University, and the K-12 curriculum as well use the standard-based education. And here in NIMSU, we use outcome-based education. Please read everyone.
Item response theory is a collection of statistical models that have been used in the model responses and psychological test items, along with the latent traits that determine how individuals respond to those items.
These fundamental psychometric framework has struggled in past a wide range of tools and needs, such as differential item packaging, computerized adaptive testing, and item analysis. IIT's theoretical and computational framework was developed from the 1950s through the 1980s, and since that time has been used widely by organizational researchers for a variety of applications and research domains. Item response theory provides useful and analytical, well-founded framework for educational measurement.
The item response theory developed from the 1950s to 1980s, and since that time, it's been used widely by the organizational research for a variety of application research domains. This also a statistical method used to improve the quality of tests. It analyzes each individual question on a test to understand how will it measure the underlying skills or ability or the latent traits. Test items along with the latent traits. The example of latent trait is our latent traits this is something that we can't directly observe. Like, for example, is the intelligence or the knowledge in a specific subject. Through item response theory, this helps create a more accurate and fair assessment, and even allows for personalized testing where the difficulty adjusts based on the ability of the students. Item response theory offers two approaches in analyzing test data: the classical test theory and the item response theory. The classical test theory, the test is the unit of analysis, while the item response theory is the item is the unit analysis. In classical test theory, the test is the unit of analysis, measures with more items, longer are more reliable than their counterparts. Comparing scores from different measures can only be done when the test forms or measures are parallel. Item properties depend on a representative sample. Position and the latent trait continuum is derived from comparing the test score with scores of the reference group. All items on the measure must have the same response categories. In item response theory, the item is the unit analysis. Measures with lesser items or shorter can be more reliable than their counterparts. Item response of different measures can be compared as long as they are measuring the same latent trait. Item properties don't depend on a representative sample. Position and the latent trait continuum are derived by comparing the distance between items and the ability scales. Items on a measure can have different response categories. So that's the difference between classical and test and item response theory. The classical test theory focuses only on the overall score of a test, while the IRT or the item response theory focuses on the individual items within a test. Uses of item response theory: interpreting and improving item performance, scoring examinees with maximum likelihood, or Bayesian methods, form assembly including linear on-the-fly testing law, or calculating the accuracy of examinee scores, development of computerized adaptive tests or CAT, data forensics to find cheaters or the other issues. In addition to being used to evaluate each item individually, item response theories are combined in various ways to evaluate the overall test or form. The specific test that utilize IRT is the PACT or the PAC, which stands for Philippine Aptitude Classification Test. This kind of standardized test designed to measure the abilities of high school students in the Philippines. And the English as well is the National Qualifying Examination for School Heads. This standardized test in the Philippines that standardized test in the Philippines for the aspiring school principals. For the aspiring school principals need to pass the inquest to qualify for the possession. EI, the advent of EI assessment in recent years, EI has begun to play a significant role in learning assessment. Early examples of EI-driven tools include machine learning algorithm to evaluate multi-choices response. These EI platforms not only grade answers more accurately and effectively, but they also provide valuable insights. This real-time feedback helps learners and instructors focus on areas where additional support is needed. And we all know that early intervention is critical to successful learning outcomes. Our learning assessment today is different from before because of the emergence of artificial intelligence, which ito ay hindi lamang which this is not only grade answers more accurately and effectively, but AI also provide valuable insight which really helpful naman sa mga guro at saka sa estudyante. And this real-time feedback helps learners and instructors focus on areas where additional support is needed. Artificial intelligence is transforming educational assessment, offering innovative solutions to evaluate student learning effectively and efficiently. Traditional assessment methods, though reliable, often fail to adapt to evolving educational landscape. Sabi ko nga kanina na ang artificial intelligence ito ay nagpapabago sa educational assessment natin na that offers innovative solutions to evaluate the learning of the students. To evaluate the learning of the students if that is effective and learnings that the student learning to ensure that the educational assessment is effective and efficient. Though the traditional assessment methods still we use today, but however, traditional assessment often fail to adapt kasi the evolving educational landscape. Kaya napapalitan na ito at madalas na ginagamit yung artificial intelligence dahil ang AI ay malaki naman ang naiambag nito sa in educational system and assessment. Machine learning driven assessment. These platforms help with grading multi-choice question, offer consistent and efficient assessment. They can also provide insights into performance, assisting the instructor to identify areas where extra support is needed. Excellent examples of machine learning driven at reading multiple choice question, multiple choice question, providing consistent and efficient assessment. This free also the instructor time and reduce the potential for human error in reading. And the examples of the machine learning given is the Quizalize, Prepal, and Typeform.
Prep
Prep
A.
AI, sorry. Prep AI and
Four.
Typeform. The arrival of AI in learning assessment could revolutionize traditional approach to evaluating learners' knowledge and skills. Assessment is set to become more personalized, consistent, and effective. However, as we embrace AI in digital learning, we must also recognize the challenges and ethical consideration. Though despite the advancement of artificial intelligence, we must also recognize the challenges that we face, and we must be also mindful of the ethical consideration. In assessment, AI and machine learning are utilized to automate and personalize the evaluation process, allowing for more efficient grading, detailed feedback, and tailored learning paths by analyzing students' data and providing real-time insights into their strengths and weaknesses, ultimately improving the accuracy and effectiveness of assessment while adapting to individual needs. In assessment, the AI and machine learning ay ginagamit to automate and personalize the evaluation process that allows for more efficient in reading and ang pagbibigay din ng feedback and ng detailed feedback and tailored learning paths, tailored learning paths by analyzing students' data and providing the real-time insights into their strengths and weaknesses, ultimately improving the accuracy and effectiveness of assessment while adapting to individual student needs. A application of AI and machine learning in assessment. Automated grading. AI algorithms can automatically score multiple choice questions, essays, and even complex tasks like coding, freeing up teacher time to focus on more qualitative aspects of assessment. AI algorithm can automatically scores the multiple choice questions or the essays. And he says that freeing up the teacher, that freeing or giving the teacher time to focus on the qualitative aspect of assessment. Personalized feedback. By analyzing student response, AI can generate customized feedback, highlighting areas where a student needs improvement and offering specific suggestions for progress. Personalized feedback. Sa pamagitan ng pag-analyze sa mga sagot ng mga estudyante, the artificial intelligence can immediately generate feedback that highlights kung saan ang estudyante ay kailangan niyang mag-improve and nagbibigay din ang AI din is nag-offer din siya offer din siya ay nagbibigay din ito ng mga suggestion para for the continuous progress of the students. Adaptive learning. AI-powered system can dynamically adjust the difficulty level of assessment questions based on the student performance, providing a more tailored learning experience. Real-time feedback. Students can receive immediate feedback on their answers, allowing for immediate adjustment and reinforcement of learning. After the response of the students, the AI can receive immediately a constructive feedback on their answers that allow them for immediate adjustment and allowing for immediate adjustment and reinforcement of learning. Identify learning patterns. By analyzing large data sets of students' performance, AI can identify patterns and trends to predict future learning outcomes and inform instructional decision. Sa pamamagitan ng pag-analyze ng AI sa datasets sa dataset ng performance sa isang estudyante, AI is madali lang ang AI can identify patterns and trends to predict future learning outcomes and to inform them to inform instructional decision. Assessment design. AI can assist in generating high-quality assessment questions, ensuring appropriate difficulty levels and diversity of content. Ang AI, artificial intelligence is kaya niyang can assess para mag-generate ng mga high-quality assessment or ng mga question generate quality assessment questions to ensure appropriate difficulty levels and diversity of content. Plagiarism detection. AI algorithms can effectively detect instances of plagiarism in student work, promoting academic integrity. AI can immediately detect whether the academic works is can effectively detect that the academic works of the student kung hindi ba ito kinukuha lang sa mga online platform like kagaya ng ChatGPT or SIS or Meta AI kasi ang artificial intelligence madaling yung ma-detect kapag ang iyong artificial intelligence can effectively or can immediately detect if whether the works of the students are copied only online or
Sa kanya ba talaga?
can online para maiwasan na din para student to promote academic integrity at para maiwasan din na yung estudyante ay ma-plagiarize dahil yung kanyang worksheet or worksheets or the academic works is kinuha lang niya doon sa
Online.
online
AI.
platform. Benefits of using AI in assessment. Increase efficiency. Automates grading tasks, allowing teachers to focus on more impactful activities. Personalized learning. Provides tailored feedback and learning pathways for each student. Provide improved accuracy. Can assist student performance more objectively and consistently than traditional methods. Early intervention allows for timely identification of learning gaps and provide support where needed. That's are the benefits of using AI in assessment. The challenges to consider: bias in data. AI algorithm can perpetuate bias present in training data. Transparency and explainability. Understanding how AI makes decisions can be difficult, impacting trust in assessment results. Technical expertise required. Implementing and managing AI-powered assessment tools can require significant technical knowledge. Sometimes kasi magkaroon ng bias na sa magkaroon ng
Bias sa data.
biasness in data and technical expertise. Using AI intelligence also requires technical knowledge to
Manipulate.
requires significant technical knowledge. Knowledge para magiging para malaman mo na valid yung data na
Nakuha.
yung mga data na kuha mo sa na yung nakuha. Conclusion. Education is a changing how it tests students.
Thank
While
you, Lord.
traditional tests are still used. New methods focus on fairness and making sure tests accurately reflect what students know. This includes using technology like AI to help grade and give feedback. But it's important to make sure these technologies are fair and don't leave out any students. The best approach will likely combine older and newer methods to create tests that are both accurate and fair. Education, assessment education change the education, the assessment of the assessment of education is changing. Is changing. Is changing since the AI, since artificial intelligence evolved, and although traditional tests are still used, but the new methods are focused on fairness and making sure tests accurate reflect what students know, and by the help of EI, it, the- by the help of technology like EI, it helps grade and give feedback and immediate feedback to their students. The teacher can give immediate feedback to their students, and it is important to make sure this technology. But it's also important to make sure that these technologies are fair and don't leave out the students. Kumbaga, walang estudyante na ma-left behind. Kumbaga parang lahat is
Kaya sabay.
lahat ay pantay, and the best approach will likely combine older and newer methods to create tests that are both accurate and fair. That's all po. Any question po? Meron? Assessment, okay. Grade 1 for this.
Klay. I-op. Dili.
Okay na.
Number 2. Number 3. Number 3.
Okay na po, sir.
Number 4.
Okay na po, sir. Short.
Ball pens up, ball pens down, and pass your paper.